You're listening to PNW Today streaming on WJOB and JED TV. My name is Cale Wilk and I serve as Communications Specialist in PNW's Office of Marketing and Communications. And this is always one of our favorite programs that we get to do every year because we are going to be talking about our Fall 2024 candidates for graduation. So over the next hour, we're going to be learning a little bit more about 4 of our standout candidates for this fall semester. So how about I go ahead and just introduce some names for those that are joining today. So for the first segment here, so to my immediate right, we have Ona Kincher, who is, again, a Fall 2024 candidate for graduation and is finishing a degree in computer engineering. Ona, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And then to the right of Ona, we have Mohammed Atala, who is finishing his degree in construction engineering and management technology. Mohammed, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And then last, but of course, certainly not least, we are always pleased to have Chancellor Holford with us whenever he can be in the studio. Chancellor, thank you so much for being here this morning.
It's great to be here, Cale. Thanks for inviting me. It's been certainly an exciting semester for us, and we're so proud of our graduates, and I'm glad you were able to bring them in to have them talk about their experience at the university.
Absolutely, of course. So looking ahead for fall commencement, those ceremonies are going to be happening on Saturday, December 14th, and we're going to have 644 candidates representing our 5 different programmatic colleges that will be finishing their plans of study. Chancellor, you and I were just meeting a little bit earlier this week, and I remember that you were saying that commencement is always one of your favorite times of the academic year because it is really just that culmination of all the hard work that our students put in.
It's that culmination of a long experience for many of the students, and I think after we finished that conversation, I was humming the graduation march in my office all afternoon. It is indeed my favorite time of year. Because I think it represents the students finishing a program of study. For the faculty, it's bittersweet because many of our best students are leaving the university, but they're going on to do amazing things. And I know we're going to talk with all 4 of our students today about what their plans are for the future. And I'm always excited to hear what those plans are. Like, what is the next step in their trajectory of life? So in any case, you're right. Favorite time of year.
Absolutely. Well, Ona and Mohammed, how about I go ahead and start out and ask, you're finishing up your final assignments and your final projects. How are you feeling as you're getting through this last little bit of crunch time for your undergraduate careers and getting ready to finish up with your studies? Ona, go ahead and take it away. How are you feeling?
Very good. I think it's a time to kind of look back on what you've done. And of course, we're still currently in the phase of finishing up projects. As you said, I still have my senior design running and finals coming up next week, but overall just very overwhelming feeling of kind of being done, kind of finishing up, and standing with that bachelor's at the end of next week.
All right. Mohammed, how about for you?
I feel like it's like great and sad because like it's great because like you're done, you put all this work in, and now you're at the end. It's sad because like you look back, you're like, wow, it's over. But at the end, it's overwhelming and it's exciting because you get to celebrate with like the people you love, like your family and your friends.
Mm-hmm. I think don't they say don't smile because it's over, or smile because,
It
or
happened.
don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened.
Yeah.
But the great thing also is that no matter where both of you go, PNW will always be happy to be a part of your lives, whether that's being involved with our alumni network, keeping in touch with the different student connections or professor and faculty and staff connections that you've made. We are always happy to be a part of your lives. So let's go ahead and dive in a little bit about your stories. So talk about how you became interested in your particular major, as well as what stood out about PNW and why you decided to come here. Ona, we'll start out with you.
I got into my major already in high school. I kind of decided to go to a programming, math, science high school, and they had a lot of opportunities to kind of develop those skills. And also through the whole development of AI, machine learning, quantum computing, and so on, I think that just sparked the interest of me, and that's why I kind of followed that path here. I came to PNW mainly because of my other interests in tennis. I was recruited to play here on the women's tennis team, and that kind of put PNW on my spectrum of colleges. And yes, I'm excited that I ended up coming here and kind of, doing my bachelor's here.
All right. Excellent. And Mohammed, how about for you?
For the major, I would say like I was like when I was a little kid, I was fascinated with like how buildings were like getting built so fast, how houses were getting built so fast. And then my mom was like, Mo, you should do like engineering. So originally I was a civil engineer, and then a family friend told me about construction. I was like, okay, I want to do construction. And PNW, because my mom has always been like an advocate for like stay close to the family. And ever since I chose PNW after being in Fort Wayne, Indiana, it's been like the greatest decision I've ever made because like I'm still with my family. I still have good academics. I have good friends. And that's probably the greatest decision I've made to this day is choosing PNW.
Absolutely excellent. Well, and great. So, and the very fun thing is that both near and far, both of you come to our campus. So, Mohammed, you're from Frankfurt, Illinois. Ona, you come all the way from Berlin.
Yeah.
So, Chancellor, it's always so great, just like all the different places that our students come from, and just how dynamic that PNW is. That we foster experiences for students that they can have an opportunity to be close to home while earning a high quality education. But we also have people that are coming from an 8-hour flight away to the campus as well.
Yeah, that's been a part of the transition of the university over the years, where 25 years ago, we mostly had local students coming to the university. But as we've increased academic profile, as we've strengthened our academic programs, and in particular things I talk about when I'm here all the time, as our research portfolio has really expanded, one of the best opportunities we have is to give our undergraduate students the opportunity to work on practical applied types of projects, real research opportunities. And I know both of these two individuals have participated in some senior design types of projects that I'd love to talk about too. But what that's resulted in is more out-of-state students coming into the university and more international students coming to the university to share in this experience. I think we've created a great value at the institution. And it sets us apart, and we're also part of the Chicago MSA, which is also very attractive to have that even public transportation right into downtown Chicago to enjoy the amenities, but be at a quality institution and part of the Purdue family.
Absolutely. And exactly. Speaking of research, so let's talk about that a little bit because both of you have had the opportunities to do some hands-on research and some collaborations with your fellow classmates. So, Ona, let's start with you. Tell us about your interests with computer engineering, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and where that's led you for your research as well as your senior design project.
As I said, I have an interest in machine learning and artificial intelligence and kind of what you can do with that and how you can apply it. But I always have that thought of, okay, it alone cannot give us as much value. If we can combine it with someone that has value, it would be so much bigger. And that's why I kind of want to go into that field of machine learning, artificial intelligence in combination with medicine. And that kind of also gave me the idea for the senior design project. So we're building an AI-powered prosthetic hand, which should use user commands, voice commands, to then execute a certain behavior. And it's divided into like 3 components. We have the prosthetic hand, we have the machine learning model, which runs on a Android device, which then communicates through an electrical system to the hand. And yeah, that's what we've been doing for the last year or so. And today's our poster presentation, tomorrow's our final presentation, and it's working. Period.
You're feeling confident about your presentation, right?
I'm feeling confident. I think all of my teammates and we know that what we have done and how we did it. So I don't think anything can necessarily go wrong there.
Okay, well, that's what we'd like to hear. And one of the other really cool things, too, is that for your project, you were able to find some interesting, seamless connections with student partners that were also involved in mechanical and electrical engineering,
Yes.
and then you were able to bring computer engineering to that as well.
No, that was definitely what we wanted to do, because I don't think I have the knowledge in the mechanical part. I don't have the knowledge as much in the electrical as I needed to. So that was our plan all along, to kind of build this group of students which have knowledge in the variety of topics, which then can combine into this big project.
Absolutely. Well, and I think, both Chancellor and I wish you the absolute best of luck
Thank you
on
very much.
this big academic hurdle to clear, but
Yeah.
I think we have the fullest of confidence in you that you're
Thank
going
you.
to do wonderful, you and your team members. Mohammed, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your research interests as well.
Yeah, so I have a senior project, and it's called Advancing HVAC Quality and Performance Through State-of-the-Art Sensing Technology. And I actually applied for the undergrad research grant, and I was awarded. Thank you, PNW, because it really enhanced the project a lot because I was able to purchase a $600 infrared camera to be able to test temperature inefficiencies, and I used it in my project. And tomorrow, I guess we'll see if faculty likes it when I present it. So.
Can you tell us a little bit about the makeup of your group?
Oh yeah, so I originally had it was me and a fellow classmate, and then my fellow classmate actually ended up dropping the class, so then I had to take over by myself. But then my advisor is Professor Afshin Zahari, so I work closely with him, but it's just a project with myself. And communicating with him as my mentor and making sure everything's running smoothly and professionally and sufficiently and
Hmm. And so, how did you get interested in that particular research topic?
yeah, so I got interested in the topic because I have another professor. His name is Professor Chang Zhang. He always talks about IoT sensors and AI and ChatGPT and robots, how they're gonna it's gonna become a thing 5 years, 10 years. So I wanted to find a way to enhance the casino environment, the casino experience. And obviously, I feel one part of the experience, besides playing the games and stuff like that, is are you comfortable? Is it cool there? Is it hot there? So I wanted to find a way to advance and optimize their HVAC system within a casino.
Excellent. Well, with both of these, really awesome ideas, I think what this really speaks to, Chancellor, like you said, is the applied learning opportunities that students have. But I think, another thing, or a couple things that really stand out to me as well, are the interdisciplinary connections that students are able to find among within their college, within their majors, as well as the research opportunities, just like Mohammed mentioned about being able to earn a grant as an undergraduate
Kale,
student.
it's like you're reading my mind. I was just going to make those same comments that one of the things I'm most proud of at our institution is many of our projects, our research is based on applied work, which means it's work that's going to translate into changing people's lives in a meaningful way. It's going to increase the efficiency at which industry or business operates. It's going to really transform the way people can sort of interact with their environment. It's very applied in nature, and I think that's the most powerful type of work that can be done. And what you're hearing about is both in our College of Engineering and Sciences, our College of Technology, these are applied projects that will have real-world impact, and our students are working on these things.
Absolutely. Let's also talk about another really awesome set of applied opportunities. Both of you have had the chance to work several awesome internships. Let's go ahead and start with you. So this most recent summer, you had the chance to spend a few months at the renowned Cleveland Clinic in Ohio. So tell us a little bit about that experience and how you applied for it,
Yeah.
what your experience was like living in Cleveland for the summer, and what you feel that you gained from it.
Cleveland Clinic, as you said, a very renowned healthcare setup, and it was amazing. I learned a lot. I worked together with one of the best doctors, and also my part was kind of shifted into this cardiovascular innovative research center, which was mainly data analysts and physicists, and this whole other group which is now working with healthcare to get more advanced. And yeah, again, I learned a lot. I had a great experience in Cleveland. It's a bit different to Chicago. It's a bit different to Hammond, and also different to Berlin. So it was overall a very good experience. I worked on a project which involved echocardiographs and detecting diseases with a machine learning model. It unfortunately didn't work as well, but in machine learning or in research in general, if it doesn't work, you learn something that it didn't work. So yeah, and it's definitely a good setup for my future. I really want to go into that area of medicine and machine learning. So we'll see.
All right, excellent. And Mohammed, you have had the opportunity to work with two different construction firms, both in Indiana and Illinois. Tell us a little bit about your experiences.
I'll talk about the most recent one. So in the summer, I had the pleasure of working with Clark Construction Group on the 17-story James R. Thompson building, which was going to be a which is a government building, turning into a Google headquarters in Chicago. So that was super exciting. It was like the biggest building I've ever been in that wasn't like a sports arena. Um, and it was pretty cool because I got to see everything from like scheduling a project to estimating a project to working with project managers, project executives. I even got to meet like the owners of the company, which was pretty cool to see their perspective on construction. And then dating back all the way to my first ever internship when I was on like a highway like US 41, and we were building a 60-foot bridge, um, demoing and then making like a crossover so cars can actually like drive through it. But yeah, it's been like a full circle moment because I started like with highways and then working in buildings. So it's definitely been really cool to see how construction can take you places.
Hmm. And a follow-up question that I want to be able to pose for both of you is that how do you feel that your experiences in the classroom prepared you for these moments to be able to take leadership in your different internships, and how do you feel that that was getting to interact with different professionals and how you could see yourself in those fields in the future?
Do you want to start?
Oh,
We'll do reverse order this
yeah,
time.
something that the construction management program at PNW does well, I feel like, is the labs. Like you get to learn about soils, concrete, the applications of certain like structural analysis problems. And I feel like most of what I learned in the labs, I do see in the real world on project sites, or I hear like other professionals talk about it. So it's great to know that like it does translate. So yeah, I would say the labs at PNW are great for sure.
Excellent.
I would kind of say the opposite. I think the theory that I learned in classes here, especially because the class size is small, the professors are like right there and can answer every question you have. I think that kind of set me up for success at this internship, as well as yeah, the options of courses we have. I think I took like three machine learning courses, which all talked about different types of machine learning and how to implement it. So that, yeah, gave me the information I needed, gave me the knowledge I needed to then kind of go into that internship prepared.
Excellent. Chancellor, you've obviously had the chance to mentor students as a faculty member, as an administrator. In your view, what is the importance of students being able to have internship opportunities as they prepare for entering
Well,
the job as a full-time
That's a
professional?
great question, Kale. And I think that the internship is the culmination of the academic experience. So you're learning in classes from your freshman year, foundational knowledge, basic knowledge that you need, the language of your various majors. You move through various lab courses. It's probably not going to be sitting in lecture that you remember 10 years from now. It's going to be the experiences you had. And I think one of the things PNW does very well is create the right types of experience that do translate well. The culmination of that, of course, is having the opportunity to go on an internship and then being able to apply those basic knowledge and basic skills that you've learned. And then you do see the relevancy of what we were talking about in all of the classes and how it fits together. But that internship experience is so valuable in career development. And these two have had wonderful experiences getting to go other places, talk with other people, share ideas, think about new designs. And you know, most projects don't work out because we didn't design them right in the
Yeah.
beginning. And it's the opportunity to reflect on that and take your experiences and redesign and redeploy different things. And that comes through the internship opportunity.
Absolutely. Another great thing, of course, about classroom experiences are the relationships that you get to build with the faculty members that are teaching you, as well as the staff members that support your academic journey in different capacities. So, one of the things that we always love to be able to ask of our students are who were some of the impactful faculty or staff members during your academic career? So, Ona, I'm going to tee it up for you first.
Yeah.
Who were some of the folks at PNW that you felt were very meaningful in
Yeah.
your journey?
No, I think one of them is, of course, Professor Lee Tan. He is the head of our electrical and computer engineering department. and we established a fairly close bond to up until now. And yeah, it's just always amazing to have these interactions and know when you need something that you can go to him and he kind of helps you. He also lectured me in signals and systems, and you kind of establish that bond. And he's our advisor for the senior design project and has advised us throughout this last year and gave us a lot of information and knowledge. And then another professor who had a great impact on me is Professor Niaz. I took a class last year with him. It was my first class with him, but since then he has kind of guided me in regards to master's application and where I could go and what my future could involve. And I think that's also a very important part of professors realizing or seeing students and their capabilities and kind of guiding them to the higher level in their careers.
Absolutely. And big kudos to Dr. Tan and Dr. Niaz. Shout out.
Thank you.
Mohammed, how about for you?
I'll be honest, like there's been a lot of great teachers, professors that I have seen, that I have met, that I've spoken to this day. But like for me, there's one that stands out because like since the beginning, he's always instilled motivation, inspiration into me. And I'm usually a very inspired, motivated person. But I would have to say Professor Afshin Zohari. If you ask anyone within College of Technology, they all say that like he's a great guy. He always wants to see all his students like win, do great at like the highest level, and I will forever be grateful because it's hard to always be like inspiring and motivating all the time. So.
And big shout out for Dr. Zarahi as well. Always a joy to be able to.
Kale, why we have Ona here, and I know she was on our tennis team. I'm interested in hearing about your athletic experience on campus, and how did you balance being a Division II athlete and still doing so well in the classroom?
It was a wild ride. It was a great experience, though. So I came here because of tennis, and it also having great academics and me succeeding in academics was a add-on, and I'm very grateful for that. But no, tennis was an amazing part of my journey here. Our season is in spring, so spring semester was always packed with matches on the weekends, and it's always nice to kind of get away from the school, but then remembering you have to do a lot of homework as well. It required a lot of time management, but I think I got taught well that I was able to manage that, and I never neglected either of the academics nor the athletics. But yeah, I think that was a big part of my or college journey, as well as the athletics and my development in the tennis as well.
Well, I'm glad to hear it's such a positive experience, because one of the things we're proud of at the university is the academic performance of all of our athletes at the university. And we will frequently say student first, athlete second, but our athletes do an amazing job of being competitive in their various conferences, but also doing so well in the classroom. And it's certainly a point of pride for our institution. And our athletics programs have been growing. More and more students coming to play sport, but doing so well in the classroom in all of our different majors.
I agree, and I think it's also because the athletics department is like very good in communication with the academics, with travel letters and everything organized. It's very smooth to missing class, but then doing exams and getting that homework in time.
And speaking of great academics, also got to mention congratulations on being the Chancellor Medallion recipient for the College of Engineering and Sciences. So that definitely speaks to the quality of being able to balance all of that, student athlete and academics, because the medallion signifies that you had the top GPA of your class.
Thank you very much.
So very proud of you for that accomplishment. While we just have a few more minutes before we do our switch for our guests, I'll just ask both of you one last question. If there was a student that was considering coming to PNW, what would you tell them about why they should come to PNW?
I'll start. I think it's the people. For me, I got to know a lot of people. I made connections with a lot of people, and I think that's kind of how you define home. It's the people. So I think PNW is a great place to develop because you surround yourself with the right people. And the variety of individuals you interact with. It's the professors, it's other students. For me, it's the athletics department, and those relationships you establish is a very big reason of why this, the last 4 years have been an amazing experience for me.
Excellent.
I feel like at PNW, like the focus level is great here. Like you can have a conversation with your professors. It's not always just about school. You can like they're there for you, to be honest. I feel like at a bigger school, you may not always get that. And that's why I feel like I've been able to like succeed at PNW because like I know my teachers, they know me. Like we talk like, oh, how was your day? Like, oh, did you get the homework in? Did you get my submission? Like it's not always just like oh, they're just my teacher. Like they're also like your friend, your professor, your mentor. So I feel like that's why PNW was great for me, and I feel like that's why it could be great for many other students out there that may not know where they want to go or what they want to do.
Excellent. Well, thank you both very much for the great answers that you've been able to share about your academic careers. And of course, once again, from both Chancellor Holford and myself, congratulations on finishing up your academic careers and finishing them out strong. Good luck, of course, with the last little deadlines and projects that you have to do, but we know that you're going to do well with them.
I'm looking forward to shaking your hands as you cross the stage next Saturday.
So we'll go ahead and do a guest switch here. So go ahead and stick around. We'll be back in a few minutes with our next students to spotlight here on PNW Today. All right, we are back with PNW Today on WJOB and JED TV. Once again, if there's anybody that's just tuning in, my name is Kayla Wilk, a communication specialist with Marketing and Communications, and I'm joined in the studio with Chancellor Chris Holford today because we are talking about our standout fall 2024 candidates for graduation. So we just had a great conversation with Mohammed Atala and Ona Kincher, and now we've transitioned to where we've got a couple standout folks from the College of Business. So to my immediate right, we have Mary Buxa, who is finishing with a degree in accounting. Mary, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Kale.
And you've obviously been on the PNW Today program before, so you're an absolute pro at this. And we have Costa Nicolau, who is finishing his degree in hospitality and tourism management. Costa, thank you so much as well for being here early this morning.
Thank you. I appreciate being here.
And I know that it's all, it's very chilly outside. I had a former coworker, James Boyd, who would say that cold weather like this is Grinch weather. So I know it's like, you just want to be able to just like stay inside, bundle up, but you toughed it out. You're here early. We appreciate it. So how are both of you feeling that your semester is finishing up? Last projects are being worked on. Nothing's behind, right?
Yeah, no, I'm very excited. I have 2 finals to go and walk across the stage in how many days now?
I think it's like 9, right?
Yeah, we're counting down the days.
Yeah, I'm extremely excited as well. I'm extremely proud of everything that I was able to accomplish attending here at PNW. It feels like it was like a long time coming, and during that time, I was on the struggle bus a couple times, but thankfully I was able to get off that bus, and now I'm here at my final destination, which is graduation. So I'm extremely proud of myself and extremely proud of the people that are around me. I have some best friends and some family graduating next week as well, so I'm excited to celebrate with them.
Well, and I'd like to say we're proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Accomplishing this journey. And you're right. It does seem like it's a long time in the coming, but then it gets here too fast. And
Yeah.
I led off the morning segment by talking about it's my favorite time of year when I get to see all of you walk across the stage, shake hands, deliver your diploma. Your family will be cheering in the audience. It's a big time. And again, it's my favorite time of year at the university.
Absolutely. So to start out talking about your stories, let's revisit how you came to PNW. So, Mary, I'm going to go ahead and start out with you. Tell us about how you became interested in your major and how you knew that PNW was going to be the home for you for these next few years.
Yeah, so I like to say that I'm a COVID baby. So I graduated high school in 2021. And so when I was applying for colleges, I only applied to PNW as well as Purdue West Lafayette. PNW gave me some scholarship money, and I figured, why do I want to be in a dorm stuck with wearing a mask all the time? So I figured, let me go to PNW. I can commute, and we'll go from there. Needless to say, I loved it and never looked back. And then my mom also went to PNW, so I am a legacy. So that's very exciting. I know she's very excited to attend graduation and cheer me on with that. And for accounting, I actually started off as a business information analytics major. And so my first semester, I took an accounting course, and my professor was like, I think you should consider accounting. You did very well in the course. And again, I never looked back after that.
Excellent. Kosa, how about for you?
So yeah, I feel like during every student's like junior and senior year, they're like plagued with the question of where are they going to go for college? What are they going to study? Are you going to stay home? Are you going to go away? And I was one of those students. And it wasn't up until the summer of my senior year that I took a trip to Disney World with my family. And I was very observant during that trip. I observed how the hospitality professionals would make experiences for those guests and how magical that was for them. And I just loved seeing how smoothly everything ran because of those hospitality experts. And so after that vacation, I just sat down with my family and we discussed maybe me studying hospitality and tourism, and they were all on board with it. So that question was answered. Then the next question was, where was I going to go? And I felt like it was a no-brainer to attend PNW. It was the only college I applied for. Thankfully, I got in. But because PNW is close to my home, it's affordable. It's accredited and has a great hospitality and tourism management program, something that a lot of campuses don't have. Again, I thought it was just a no-brainer to attend here.
So one of the things that's been kind of scooting around over in the HTM building has been this BellaBot delivery bot. Have you had a chance to interact with this robot at all?
I have. I actually did have the lunch lab this semester, and BellaBot is usually there during our lunch lab. She is programmed to start at our expo table. We put the food on her, and then on her little tablet, we can press which table we want her to go to, and she knows exactly which table to go to. We always send her to the Chancellor's table, table 21. And it's just a fun way for the guests to see like how the future is in hospitality. So we press her table number, she goes directly to the table, and then we give the food to our guests. And it's a cool experience being able to deal with her.
I think that HTM is a great example of things we were talking about in the morning segments where our focus has really been on the application and delivery of. And the new director, Kwang-Soo Park, has done some amazing things, introducing topics like the importance of accessibility in HTM, in dining services. So they've done innovative things over in that space that you wouldn't necessarily find going somewhere else.
Absolutely.
Exactly, yes.
So one of the things that I want to be able to ask both of you about with your student experiences, one of the unique things is that you've been able to be campus ambassadors. So tell us about that experience and how you became involved with the Point.
Yeah, so I believe last time I was on here, I got to talk about this. So a big shout out to Julie Wejack. I met her my first semester of freshman year, and she said that I would fit right in with her team as a campus ambassador. And so I've been able to have this position for the last 3 years, and it truly has been the best. At orientations, I always tell people, if you get the opportunity to work on campus, do it, especially if you get the opportunity to be a campus ambassador, because you get to work with all of the colleges within the university, all of the departments. We work with institutional advancement all the time. We work with the Career Center all the time. And so being able to build my network within the university has been amazing, and it's only because of having this job.
Excellent.
That was a really great answer. I'll just branch off into my own experience. I have friends who are campus ambassadors as well, Mary being one of them, who helped me get the job. And again, I thought it was a job that is in the realm of hospitality because we do have to be people, to have that job and to be able to create experiences with those students or those prospective students to make sure that they want to join here at PNW. And then as well as, because I do commute to school every day, I thought that instead of just coming to campus to have my one class, that maybe picking up a couple shifts as a campus ambassador might make the day go by a little bit faster, make the day a little bit more worth it.
So when you're talking with prospective students, what are some of the questions that come up for them, and how do you, as a representative of PNW, help reassure them of their consideration for the university or just consideration to attend college and take that next step in their academic journey?
Yeah, I think so. One of the things, I am slowly transitioning into becoming a graduate assistant for the Point and ambassadors. And so when we're doing those tours, we're looking at their potential majors. And so my job is to kind of see what ambassadors we have that kind of correlate with their prospective major. So I know we have several prospective student athletes coming, so we try to make sure that we are teaming them up with an ambassador that is a part of their major or has similar interests, so they can see, okay, there are people like me on this campus already, and really let their major shine. And I think as a team, we've done a really good job, like really making sure that people from like the region realize how amazing PNW is. I feel like a lot of people drive past our school and they don't realize how big it is, how much we have to offer. So being able to give those tours is incredible, getting to see their faces when they walk into the hospitality and tourism management building, when they go to the Nils Nelson building and they realize PNW has all of this. So I think we've been doing a really good job with that.
I agree. Another question that we get a lot is just about our own personal experiences when we're here at PNW. And I was like, because I think I have a pretty unique story here at PNW, being able to do the things I was able to do. So I just like to give them my personal experience here at PNW, and it kind of excites them for their own PNW career.
So I want to throw one out there for you because I'm genuinely interested in this. As you're walking somebody around campus, where makes you the most proud to show prospective people, the area you get excited to go show them?
For me personally, it's the HTM kitchen.
HTM building.
The kitchen, and like specifically because I did put a lot of hard work in that kitchen these past couple of years. So and I'm pretty knowledgeable on that kitchen, so I'm excited to give that knowledge to students, and it makes them excited to join college. They always say it looks like a Netflix baking show when they step into that kitchen, because it's a full scale, fully equipped teaching kitchen, and it just like blows their mind that we have that. A lot of parents that come on tours love to see that kitchen as well. So I like to show that.
I think they get more excited about the beverage lab though.
That too, very much so.
Excellent. Well, thank you both very much for being able to share a little bit about that on-campus experience. Let me go ahead and put a hard-hitting question about academics here. What have you liked the most about your 4 years in your particular programs? I think we kind of touched on it a little bit here, but let's get into a little bit of the nitty-gritty. How about talk about some of the skills that you've built up in your studies? Mary, let's go ahead and start out with you.
Yeah, so as an accounting major, I've had several awesome opportunities within all of the required courses, and I can definitely say that everything I learned in my required courses, I am able to apply into the real world. I've had 2 tax internships, and so classes such as financial statement analysis, where I'm learning how to use all of these shortcuts in Excel, was so helpful when I was interning this past tax season. I was able to cut my workload in half just because I took that class. And then you have classes like tax, where you are working with the actual software. So again, having that experience prior to being in that internship was super helpful. I'm taking an audit class right now, and my professor will give us practice CPA questions from the actual exam, which has been, again, very helpful. So I really can say that everything that I've learned in my core classes, I'm able to apply into the real world.
So Mary, are you leaning towards taxation or audit when you leave?
I would say taxation, specifically individuals and trusts.
Okay.
The
Great.
business returns aren't for me.
And how about for you,
For me, for my major, what I've really enjoyed is how hands-on and laborious like the work is. And how I've been able to use that knowledge that I've learned and that hands-on material to actually work in the actual industry. Because I was able to do 2 Disney College programs, and I was able to use the knowledge that I learned taking the classes before I actually got to do those internships, and then coming back from those internships and then learning about the skills that I learned while I was working those internships was just a great part for me.
Excellent. Well, with our previous 2 student guests that we had on, we, of course, wanted to be able to ask them a little bit more about their internship experiences. So the questions that I'll go ahead and tee up for you next are, tell us a bit about what was the process like for searching for and applying for your internships, and talk a little bit about some of the specific experiences where you saw what you were learning in the classroom being put right into action. Mary, we'll go ahead and start with you.
Yeah, so my sophomore year, I interned at McMahon & Associates, which is a regional firm. It's a mid-sized firm in Munster. And so that was really cool getting to kind of just have an introduction. I was more of a tax administration intern, so I got to see a lot of the tax documents. And then the following year, so this past tax season, I interned at Clifton Larson Allen, which is the number 8 public accounting firm in the country. So a big difference between the mid-sized firm to a worldwide firm. And I actually got both of those internships through the Finance and Accounting Club, which I am president for. So one of our main purposes is to kind of connect students with jobs and internships. And we are always having those networking opportunities. So a lot of our students that are in the club are able to find those opportunities just by going to those meetings. So I've been fortunate that I was able to be one of those people that found those jobs. And then kind of like what I already said with the tax class, where we're actually able to do actual returns and have those experiences, I was definitely able to apply that right into my internships and just kind of getting more of that professional development, whether it was through the business seminar classes, being able to apply that, such as those mock interviews, as well as those resume reviews. All of that really helped getting those internships at the overall package.
It's a lot of great stuff.
For me, in the HTM program, you do have to have an internship to graduate. So I thought, go big or go home. Let's go to the Mecca of hospitality. Let's move across the country and work at Disney World. So I had the privilege of doing 2 Disney College programs, 2 internships, one in the spring of 2022, and then in the summer of 2023. My first one was working in Animal Kingdom in a restaurant, back of house. I was working in the kitchen. And there, I really applied all of the knowledge that I learned from classes that I took before I went there, like my food preparation classes and my sanitation classes. It really just gave me like a step up from my other cast members that were working there. Having the knowledge of what temperature the food needs to be at, how long the food needs to cook for, how long the food can sit out for, all the things like that that I learned in sanitation and food preparation, I like seeing come to life in the actual industry.
And that is definitely a large-scale operation.
Very much so. It was the biggest restaurant in Animal Kingdom.
Right.
So I really put it to work. I really put my knowledge to work.
Well, and that, of course, also had to be a really great experience to, step out of your comfort zone, move to a different state, be able to learn more about your field, about your interests, but also probably about yourself, too. So always great to be able to have an amazing experience like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it reignited my passion for the hospitality industry because I went right as COVID was ending. So I was feeling a little bit down about like my studies and stuff, and I wasn't really interested because I was sitting behind a computer learning these hands-on materials, and then I got to be a part of that internship, and then it reignited my passion, and I was excited to get back into the classroom and learn about the industry more.
Excellent. So another great thing that both of you mentioned were involvement with student organizations. So Mary, like you were mentioning, Finance and Accounting Club. There's also Women in Business. Got to shout out Women in Business. And then Kosa, you've been involved with HTM Club. So with student organizations, how do you feel that those are impactful for a student's experience? And why would you recommend that somebody get involved right away with one of those?
I think it's vital to your success here at PNW to get involved, whether it is going to events or joining a club, especially within the College of Business. We have a club for every single major, so why not join one of those? Especially just because majority of those clubs, we are bringing in those employers, and so when it comes to find those internships and those jobs, you're able to have that one step up compared to other people that aren't involved. And then it's a great way to connect with your peers, and then the advisors are usually faculty members. So again, just a great way to connect overall. And like I said, I think it's vital. I think getting involved will make you truly love the school. I know it did for me.
Mary, you're certainly someone I see around campus all the time because you're so engaged. And that's something I really love about our institution, the students that really take advantage by getting engaged. Do you even know how many clubs and organizations you belong to?
Probably close to 10 if we're counting some of the boards.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that you took the time to get so involved in the university, and I certainly think that's something we should be encouraging students to do. And I can't remember if I said it in this segment or last segment. It's not going to be sitting in class you remember 10 years from now. It's going to be these other experiences that are available at our university that you remember.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Kosa, how about your experience in HTM Club? How has that been?
It's been really fun because we have a small little family over there in the HTM building. We love, we laugh, we fight, we cry, we make up, and that's truly what a family is. Because we are doing this like laborious work that kind of can get a little bit heated at some points. But we have our small little community, our small little family over there. So I enjoy being able to participate as much as possible in the HTM building. I think that being involved on campus is one of the most important things you can do because that's a way for you to make connections. Those connections turn into networking, and those will only aid into your success not only throughout your college career, but throughout your professional career as well.
I do agree with what you said, though. The kitchen is really an impressive space, and I've been here a long time, and I finally got my first tour of the kitchen within the last month or two. It really is kind of an incredible place the way it's set up.
Yeah, it's fun.
Excellent. So, of course, the big question, what's the next step after graduation. So how about tell us a little bit about what post-December 2024 plans look like for both of you? Mary, I'll tee you up first.
Yeah, so I just got accepted into the MBA program here at PNW, so I will begin that in January. And then I will be a graduate assistant for the Point and Ambassador, so I'll still be with the Department for Undergraduate Admission, so I'm very excited to continue that. And then once I have my 150 credit hours, I will begin my job at Clifton Larson Allen as a tax associate.
Excellent. And Kosa, how about for you?
For me, I see the city being a place where I not only live but work, the city of Chicago. So I do plan on moving there and working there, hopefully somewhere in event coordination. I think that also being a publicist might be able to be something that I'm able to do. Just something that's very a people person job, something where I can plan. I'm a big planner, so I feel like event coordination or being a publicist might be the route for me.
All right. Excellent. As we're running down on our time here, one of the other questions that I want to be able to pose for both of you, again, that we love to be able to ask of our students, who do you feel were some of the impactful faculty or staff in your academic journey? Who would like to take it away first?
Take it away, Mary.
Oh, okay. So definitely Professor Deanne Shamala. I actually had her for 6 out of the 7 semesters that I was here. So I feel like that's kind of unheard of to have a professor that many times, but it worked out perfectly that she always was teaching that specific section that worked for me. Professor Eric Lenarchek, he was super helpful. I owe a lot of my successes to him, especially in the world of Microsoft Excel. And then a huge shout out to our boss, Raven Chant. She has been so helpful, again, just making sure that all of our academic needs are met as well as all of our job needs are met, which has been great. And Casey Parker, she's been such a huge reason why I'm very successful today. I had her my very first semester and my very last semester, so I know she was able to kind of see me grow. So truthfully, all of the College of Business faculty and staff, they're so helpful. I truly am grateful for all of them.
Excellent.
For me, I think that it's a privilege that me and Mary are here representing the College of Business. It's even more of an honor for me to be here representing the Hospitality and Tourism Management program. And like I said, we're all a small little family over there, so I have to thank everybody in that building. Professor Pitt, Dr. Bauman, Shanice, Rosita, Dr. Park, all the faculty and staff there, William McLeod, our kitchen manager. These people have made it very, very, very easy for me to study here at PNW, and they run everything so smoothly over there that I couldn't have asked to be a part of a better program.
Excellent. Well, and I think, what this really speaks to is the importance of relationships on campus and just how much that they impact the student experience. So, Chancellor, again, from your perspective, as a faculty member and as an administrator, what for you has been so meaningful about the relationship component that students have?
Well, I think you've heard it from all 4 of our students here today. We have a faculty that really cares about the development and success of the students. My favorite days in the classroom were finishing my lecture and having 3 or 4 people standing in line outside of my office because the faculty here are available to the students. And we genuinely want the students to be successful. And I think that's a selling point for us. I think it's a point of pride for us that despite all the things that go around us, the unifying concept is the faculty want the students to be successful and are willing to help them in areas to meet their career goals.
Absolutely. Last question, then we'll go ahead and close out for the program. If there's a prospective student that's interested in attending PNW, what do you like to tell them? And of course, since both of you are with the Point, you practice this every day.
I'll give you this one, Kosta. You can go first.
I would say, again, I'm stressing to just get involved. That involvement is the most important thing that you could do on campus. And when it comes to involvement, get involved with your professors like we were just talking about. Gaining a relationship with your professors and the faculty and staff at PNW is very, very, very important because those people can help aid your success in the future. They want to help you. They're there to help you. And I think that's just a really important thing to remember when you're in college.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with everything what that Kosta had to say, and that truthfully, I think PNW is where it's at. I think if you are in the region, if you are wanting to be an athlete, if you are wanting to get a master's degree, a doctoral degree, you can do all of that here in the region. And I think our affordable tuition also really helps sell, and just all of the future improvements in the 5-year plan that's going to be happening. I think you're going to be witnessing a lot of exciting things the next couple of years, so may as well start your journey here at PNW.
All right. So the last thing that I'll just go ahead and close out with here, one of the things that our marketing communications team loves to be able to do is profile and feature some of the different students. So there are some written profiles for the stories that Mary and Kosta have shared. And if you go to pnw.edu/commencement, that's the homepage where you can find out all the information about commencement, as well as the stories that I was mentioning, not only for Mary and Kosta, but a number of our other candidates for graduation. So
PNW is definitely proud of you and what you've accomplished, and we're happy to showcase those things.
Thank you.
absolutely. We love to be able to spotlight our students, lift them up, and show all the great things that they've been able to accomplish. So once again, congratulations to both of you. We wish you the absolute best of luck and success on the next steps of your journey. And Mary, obviously, we're going to be seeing you all the more involved on campus now in the graduate role. So we're looking forward to that. So with that, this has been December 5th on the PNW Today program. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in. And we'll check back in with you again in the spring. So until then, take care, enjoy your holidays, and we'll chat at you later.